And good evening to you. Welcome to high school basketball action on Central Illinois Sports. Live once again for our final game of coverage of the 76th annual Macomb Western Holiday Boys Basketball Tournament. It's the Kent Point Central Panthers and the Southeastern Suns in this third and fourth place matchup. Good evening to you. I'm Charlie Hull. Tim and Jack are alongside this evening. It's the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Two rivals just down the road a piece from one another. The girls played together today and won a championship over in Bloomington. They're going to play against one another here tonight on the boys' side of things, and we feel like it should be a dandy matchup. Glad you've chosen to spend some of your evening with us here on Central Illinois Sports. We step aside on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. More about the matchup, Central and Southeastern, when we come back.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Pike County Lumber is the place to start all your building projects. They offer a huge selection of framing and specialized lumber, beautiful interior and exterior doors, and multiple roofing options that can be delivered to your rooftop. Start your indoor projects at Pike County Lumber too. New or renovated bathrooms are one of their specialties. Updating your flooring, time for a new kitchen, any project from start to finish. You can trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
I love working in spine care because when patients get better, there's no better feeling than that.
We both, Alexis and I, take a lot of time listening to their story, which is important so the patients know that we are caring and are thinking about them and not just about their back or just about their neck. You start with the story, you add the exam information, and then you come up with what's causing this problem, and then a treatment plan.
When I'm driving in my car with my family, I've got 2 kids and a wife, and 4 of us are driving a car, we literally get excited when we see a dot truck. It's actually a sense of pride.
Why I would encourage anyone to work a dot. We take care of each other.
The company continues to grow and expand.
That to me is what brings me to work every day and that I enjoy.
Diversity, culture, family, all of those things, if you want them, you should be a dot.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. The Central Panthers are 9-3. Southeastern, well, they suffered a loss for the first time on the season earlier today when they fell to Eureka. And you know, Jack, when you take a look at the way these two teams played earlier today, Central loses on a heartbreaker, a last-second shot that beats them by a single point. Southeastern, the game was over about halfway through the third quarter. Kind of a different day for these two teams.
Yeah, I was talking to Brett Efkes and Jeremy Stevens afterwards out in the concourse, and they said, well, I guess we'll get to see how our kids react to that because we got our butts kicked, and hopefully they didn't like it. On the other side, Camp Point Central, I mean, you know, could have been, would have been, all that good stuff. Drew Papen was a little down when I went over and talked to them a little bit, and I said, hey, it's a game. You're supposed to have fun. Move on. You know, those couple of free throws didn't make any difference. There's a lot of things that happen in a game, and now you just adjust, and you're going to play somebody that's like you. I have to tell everybody that's listening, I said to both coaches, hey, how about we just see if we can make this about an 85-80 game, put Danny up for about 70 and set a new tournament record, and I don't even care who wins. And I don't know if they agreed with me or not, but I said no 30-27, okay?
Yeah, we'd like to see a little higher pace and more offense if we can, fellas. So definitely don't oppose that at all. Always interesting when you have to play a second game in a single day. It used to kind of be a thing, you know, that would help prepare you possibly for having to do that at the state tournament. But it's been a while since that's been a thing, Jack, some 15 years now.
Yeah, there's not very many people doing that. I mean, you do get some Thanksgiving tournaments where you do that type of thing, where you play during the day and then play back again in the evening. But they're young kids. I mean, if you talk to a guy like Brad Dixon that teaches this rest and recovery, he'll tell you this is a little harder on them. And so, you know, maybe that'll affect the Panthers a little bit more, who are real high-strung and kind of that racehorse group.
The Southeastern squad really struggled to shoot it, especially from the outside today. I think they were 0 for their first 10 or 11 before finally getting a three-point shot to go in. They'll need to hit some of those shots if they hope to come out on top in this one.
Yeah, and they're going to have to take care of the basketball because they're going to have a lot of people trying to swipe it on the other side. Every game we've seen the Panthers play, they've turned the other team over 12, 15 times, even in the loss. And, Southeastern's really going to have some help taking care of the ball. They're going to do some double teams and some backdoor things, even when Danny Stevens has got the ball.
These two teams will battle it out for the third-place trophy here this evening on Central Illinois Sports. Let's step aside to hear from some of the sponsors helping to bring this game to you tonight on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show.
Helena Agra of Camp Point, Illinois is a proud sponsor of the broadcast of Camp Point Central football. For all your seed, fertilizer, and ag chemical needs, the experts at Helena Agra, Brian Obert, Dustin Roskamp, are the guys to call. Let them show you the best seed, fertilizer, and ag chemicals to make your farming operation a success. Call 217-593-7761. That's 217-593-7761 for Helena Agra. Helena Agra says, go Panthers!
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect. If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. Lipcomb Insurance Services realize today's risk. A good risk management plan is a necessity. It takes thought and consideration in many variables that face you as a producer. No one solution can be the answer. At Lipcomb Insurance Services, we have over 40 years of experience with agriculture and the problems you face. We offer a wide variety of options to help you shoulder some of the risk. We understand farming. We will go over your goals and challenges as a producer and build a risk management plan that fits your operation. Contact Brett Lipkeman at 217-242-2703. Lipkeman Insurance Services, a trusted and proven provider of federal crop insurance for over 20 years. Go Eagles!
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Great Rivers Bank has locations in Barry, Liberty, Pittsfield, and Hannibal. They're here to serve all of your banking needs. Go to the location nearest you or log on to greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Southeastern and Camp Point Central, they're matching up this evening. We've been told, according to what I consider a reliable source, that they're actually going to also play each other next Wednesday as well, which would be the one game Central would play between this tournament and the Winchester tournament. So they're going to be tournament heavy over the next couple of weeks.
Well, they are, but that's all right. They're young. They'll get over it. They'll have a good time. You know, that's all part of it.
Central's ranked 5th in that Winchester tournament, and they might come out and surprise some folks based on how they've played so far.
You get rated 4th in this tournament, 5th in the Winchester tournament. It's kind of interesting, but, you know, when you're on the west side of the river in the Winchester tournament, it's a little tougher to get a good ranking.
Well, I think the seeding for the Winchester tournament
mid-December
was, before this one was announced even. they had just beaten Quincy Notre Dame 52-33 right before they seeded this tournament. I'm going to guess that had a lot of weight on the decision to put them in the top 4. Southeastern was a top 4 seed. Eureka was a top 4 seed. So 3 of the 4 seeds are playing in the final 2 games. Illini Bluffs, of course, knocked off number 1 Rockridge. Rockridge, by the way, finished 5th. Monmouth Roseville won the consolation championship just a little while ago.
Then you go to the Winchester tournament. Triopia played in the Final 4, and they were rated 9th. They'll play route right off the bat, and that could be a dandy, that very first game.
1 versus 9 at 9 a.m. You just never know what might happen there. What we do know is we're about 6 minutes away from the starting lineups in the play-by-play of this contest between the Southeastern Suns and the Camp Point Central Panthers. Let's step aside for a timeout on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Back with keys to the game next.
The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM and Camp Point, working for you. Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvements, 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on. Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Keys to the game. Jack, sometimes in the second game of the day, it can kind of be a game of runs, and who can sustain that or maybe had the final little burst toward the end of the contest comes out on top.
There's no doubt about that, but I think Southeastern's got to slow the game down a little bit, not a lot. They don't want it to get real fast, but it's hard to keep Camp Point Central from getting fast. Camp Point Central experienced a ton of foul trouble in that game earlier today, which is not something they've really struggled with like they did in that contest, but they'll want to stay out of foul trouble in this one. They can ill afford to have a guy like Ginnenbacher in foul trouble when they're trying to slow Stevens down. Well, and I'm not even sure they're going to worry that much about slowing Danny down. They're going to do a lot of trapping and stuff and try to keep him from bringing the ball easily down the court. But, it'll be interesting. None of the other games in the tournament I saw were really called quite the same way as that one, so why would we expect any of these to be called that way? Mason Fry, Owen Rigg, Griffin Tippy. Between those 3 guys, they need to combine for about 15 points in this contest. Yep, if they're going to compete, they're going to have to put some points up. And Stevens needs to have a big game. And I'm not talking about 20 points. He needs to have a big game if they're going to have a chance to win this. Danny Stevens is a tremendous high school basketball player who has that size and that extra ability to kind of take, his game to the next level. Nick Moore doesn't have quite that size, but he's pretty fun to watch. Tell you what, you take a look at Ginnenbacher, and he showed how he could shoot the 3 out front. And they both love basketball more than they love any other sport. It's kind of bizarre. And, neither one of them's probably tall enough to play at a big school, but they're both kind of making a bid to be able to do something past high school if they can. And, games like this prepare you for that. On the other side with Danny Stevens, he'll find out at the next level. He'll have to get a lot stronger. He'll have to do a lot of things in the weight room and stuff. that he hasn't had to do to this point. But once again, kid could have been the all-time leading scorer in the state of Illinois with just a couple of breaks without COVID and a broken hand.
A final break on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Southeastern and Central. We tip it off next.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
All right, let's meet the starting lineups here on Central Illinois Sports. First of all, for the visiting team, the Southeastern Suns. Head coach Brett Upkes, 14-1 on the season. They'll start at a guard, a 5'11 sophomore, Griffin Tippie. At a second guard, the 6' junior Owen Rigg. And the third guard, he's a 6'3 junior Mason Fry. At a forward, the 6' sophomore, Aiden Akers. And at the other forward, the 6'8 senior, Danny Stevens. Stevens, Akers, Fry, Rigg, and Tippie for the Sons of Southeastern. For the Central Panthers, James Barnett's squad is 9-3. They'll start at a guard, a 6' junior Nick Moore. At his second guard, he's a 5'8 junior Drew Paben. At the third guard, the 5'11 senior Briar Wiskirchen. At a forward, the 6'2 senior Isaac Genenbacher. And at the other forward, the 6'5 senior Carter Eiler. Eiler, Genenbacher, Paben, Wiskirchen, and Moore for Camp Point Central.
I want to know why the honorary coach Justin Elby got Hunter Stockton's top. He's wearing the same top as the head coach at Central. If I'm Hunter Stockton, who happens to be Max Greer's grandson, by the way, played at New Berlin. I'm just teasing, but Justin.
Think he's wearing a white zip-up, actually.
Yep, he is. Justin went to Southeastern to high school for a while, and good friends with a lot of people at Camp Point. He said, I've kind of got mixed emotions about this game. I said it'll be okay either way. Sell some more cars.
Anybody ever told you you're kind of random?
Of course.
Good. I just wanted to let you know you're kind of random, but glad you're alongside tonight.
Well, thanks.
What game is this?
Pinochle, I believe.
Oh, last game of the year.
We're just getting started.
Last game of 2022.
We got any games in the next year?
We're going to do a couple.
Good.
Stevens is going to jump for the blue-clad Suns. It's Genenbacher for Central. Referee looks at Paben and Riggs says, "You two knock that off over there." And the tip is up and controlled by Paben. He tiptoes the half-court line, nearly over and back for a moment to start the game, and we are underway in this one. Right side with it is Wiskirchen. Skips it across the top to Paben, who had a nice game earlier. On the right side, Wiskirchen just underway in the first quarter of this third and fourth place game from Macomb. Moore, left side, dribble drive in, up off the window and in for two. Moore gets it started for Camp Point Central and puts the Panthers up 2-0. Paben will guard Stevens in the backcourt. Stevens a sizable height difference.
You noticed
that matchup.
Me too.
Stevens, left side, fakes the three. Gets it to Tippie in the corner. Out between the circles, Rigg. On the first offensive attack of this contest for Southeastern. Rigg back to Fries. They play a little pitch and catch out front. Central not guarding a ton outside that three-point arc. Except for Stevens, of course. Rigg left side, it goes to Tippie, and they'll say Tippie stepped out of bounds.
Right in front of Coach James Barnett of the Camp Point Central squad. He said, I don't know if he did or not, but sure looked like it to me.
It seems like that happens here a lot. Here's Wiskirchen, drives the baseline, got caught underneath, throws out top. Genenbacher, three, no good. Long rebound to Owen Rigg for Southeastern. Gets it to Stevens. Dribbles into the front court. Right side, Fry. Southeastern got into an issue. Here's a near turnover as Akers saves the day. Southeastern got into a deal where they didn't have Stevens touch the ball for like 6 or 7 possessions in a row in that Eureka game. Stevens misses the shot. Rebound down on the offensive side, though, to Rigg.
Paben had him one-on-one, and he said, let's not do that.
Now Moore strips it away from Akers. Coast to coast, Moore for the score.
You see him trying to create contact? He looked like he was playing football again.
Moore has all 4 points for this squad from Camp Point Central and a 4-0 lead out of the game. Stevens toward the front court against Pavin. Works it out to Rigg. Long bounce pass in the corner. Griffin Tippy. Over to Stevens. Back in the corner to Tippy.
These two are in the same subsectional, by the way, postseason.
Yeah, Brown County in that group as well. Here's Stevens coming off the screen, firing a three, a little long, and the rebound down to Pavin. He's full speed ahead into the front court. Pavin shovels it off to Wiskirchen. Wiskirchen's going to try the dribble drive inside, right to the window, and in for two. Wiskirchen's first two and a 6-0 Central lead. Stevens into the front court. Pavin guards him in the back court, and as soon as he crosses the half-court line, they switch off and put Ginnenbacher on him. Here's the ball knocked away. Out of bounds, 5:17 to play in the first. It will stay with the Suns.
And we're going to see our first substitution of the game as Carter Hitz will come in, I do believe.
So Hitz in, Fry down. 5:17 left in the first period. Rigg trying to get it in, looking, close to 5 to Stevens in the corner left side. Stevens baseline drive over to Tippy. Tippy off the dribble out to Hitz. Stevens gets it back from Rigg now. Thought about the step back. On the left side, Hitz, drives the baseline. Cut off there. Keeps it back out to Akers. Akers throws a pass, nearly stolen away, but Stevens able to secure it against Ginnenbacher. Drives in, and a foul going to be called. The first of this contest.
And that foul will go on Nick Moore. His first, team first foul of the game. I noticed that Rigg does not have his headband on in this game. Well, I guess he's got a blue headband on.
Yes, he does.
Never mind. I'm used to seeing a white one.
Here's Stevens. Couldn't get free for the step back. Instead, left side three. Tippy from downtown.
There you go.
Tippy, they just, Eureka didn't even give him a chance to really shoot it today. They locked down. They said, we watched this kid make three in the first game. Not going to happen against us. Here's a dribble drive in by Eiler. Kicks to the wing. Wiskirchen for a long three. Trying to answer, no good. Offensive rebound. Eiler put back, won't fall. Rebound tipped around. Ginnenbacher has it, and he's fouled from behind by Akers.
Akers will pick up the foul. That'll be his first. And it'll be ball out of bounds for the Panthers. Ginnenbacher with an offensive board.
Dave Hasley, Brian Sorrell, and John Walter are officials for this contest. These guys do a nice job.
Very veteran group. Don't let a lot of things bother them.
Out front with it is Pavin now on the dribble. 4:11 to play in the first. 6-3 the lead for Camp Point Central. Right side, Wiskirchen. He'll put it on the deck. Tippy trying to stay in front of him here. Now to Moore on the right wing. Right up in his grill to Ginnenbacher. Back to Moore, little stutter step. Right side, Wiskirchen for a three, and he nails it. Wiskirchen with the three, makes it 9-3 Panthers on the Trucks LLC scoreboard, tying their largest lead of this contest. Akers at the free throw line. Right side it goes to Hitz. Gets it to Stevens. Turnaround shot, left hand, can't get it to go, but he's fouled, and we'll shoot two.
He'll go to the free throw line. Ginnenbacher's going to be called for the foul. That'll be his second?
First.
Oh, okay.
Ginnenbacher's first.
That's right. Stevens to the free throw line, 9-3 Panthers. First one up by Danny's good.
Boys Universe, they're open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays until midnight, Saturdays 4 to midnight. They offer many menu items, including burgers and fries, specialty pizzas, wings on Tuesday. There's $7 burger and fry special every Wednesday. And Taco Thursdays at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield.
Stevens second up, in and out, no good. Rebound, Ginnenbacher, his second.
If you're wondering, I didn't have to read the specials off. I had those memorized. I'm not sure why.
Well, you've been there a lot.
Allegedly. 3:23 to play in the first.
There for the Queen of Hearts drawing.
Out top with it is Moore. Gets it to Wiskirchen, and they'll call him for a traveling.
First turnover of the game against the Panthers. Chance for Southeastern to get right back in it. They're down by 5, 9-4 on the Trex scoreboard. 3:18 left first quarter on Central Illinois Sports.
Stevens in the backcourt, guarded by Pavin. He'll bring it across now. Gets it to Rigg way out top. Rigg back to Stevens as Ginnenbacher picks him up in the half court. Tippy with it on the left side. Over to Rigg, but out near that big bulldog in the corner. Stevens now. Long skip pass, right side hits on the drive in to the middle. Shot blocked by the Panthers, and the rebound down to Wiskirchen.
Yep, Blewett got the block.
Wiskirchen into the front court. Drives in, might have got away with steps, missed the shot, and the rebound down to Hitz. Into the front court. Stevens to the window and in for two.
His first bucket, he's got 3.
And makes it a 3-point game, 9-6. 2:25 to play in the first. Moore the other way, kicks it to Wiskirchen right side. Has to slow it down, and now they'll set up the half-court look. Moore, left side, 3-ball is short, and Rigg grabs the board. Kind of what we talked about in the pregame show. You can see games like this, the second game in a single day, where you kind of have each team go on a little run. Southeastern making theirs right here. Here's Stevens inside, a little forearm shiver, and a score.
5 for him, and I'll tell you, a nice move as he changed hands that time.
9-8, down to a 1-point game, 1:50 to play in the first. Panthers trying to get an answer here. Out top, Moore gets his feet under him. Now left side over to Pavin. Back out to Ginnenbacher. Right side, Wiskirchen sets his feet, fires a 3, and knocks it down. Wiskirchen with the tray to make it 12-8. 8 of the team's first 12?
Yeah.
Wow, Wiskirchen's coming to play in this one. 1:27 left in the first. Stevens.
Kind of like having a gnat on you, isn't it?
Now loses the ball in the backcourt, and that'll be a backcourt violation as the defense by Pavin forces the turnover.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout on the court. We'll take it to 1:22 left first quarter. Panthers lead at 12-8 over the Suns back after this.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
1:22 to play in the first, a 12-8 advantage for Camp Point Central.
Say, don't let them sit there, boys. If you don't get it done during the timeout, you got to make them come back out on the court.
Southeastern took the timeout just at 30, but
coach spent too much time talking to the referee.
Well, they got the chance to, they actually sat, which you're not really supposed to do in a 30. I don't know if they thought it was a full timeout or what, but we're back to live action one way or the other. Ginnenbacher with the basketball. He spins, gets it out to Wiskirchen, who's hot in the early going, and he'll continue that streak as he nails another 3. Wow. Wiskirchen from downtown to make it 15-8 with a minute to play in the first. Largest lead of the contest right now on the Trucks LLC scoreboard for the Panthers. Stevens.
11 for Wiskirchen.
Gets it to Hitz. Hitz takes a single dribble of it. He'll throw a bounce pass to Stevens. 42 ticks to play in this first period. Stevens directing some traffic now. Taking a chance to catch his breath a little bit too. I'm telling you, this kid takes a beating. The way people play defense against him. Right side hits. 20 seconds to play in the period. Hands it off to Stevens. Looks for a screen. Now tries to drive in. Little step back jump shot. Good. Stevens with another 2 to make it a 5-point game. 10 seconds to play in the period. Right side Wiskirchen. He's had the hot hand. Gets it into Ginnenbacher off the window. Can't get it to go. Rigg to the rebound to Stevens. 2-1. He'll throw it one-handed. They were going to count it had it gone. It did not. And we've played a quarter of basketball action. After a quarter, it's a 15-10 lead for Camp Point Central over Southeastern. Back with more after this.
United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at number 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today.
15-10 Panthers, Suns basketball. Suns are 4-7, 57%, 1 of 2 from the arc, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Panthers 6 of 11, 54%, 3 of 5 from the arc. Both teams shooting the ball pretty well.
Southeastern has the basketball to start the second quarter. Stevens, Tippy, Rigg, Fry, and the fifth man is hits. Here's a ball. Moore tips it away, stolen away by Blewett. Off to the races into the front court. Left-hand layup up and good. Panthers turning the turnover into points and extend the lead back out to their largest of the night, this 7-point bulge. Stevens brings it across for the blue-clad Suns. Works a pass right side, again stolen away. Blewett with the active hands on the defense. Gets it to Pabin. Out top, Wiskirchen fakes the 3. 11 first-quarter points for Briar Wiskirchen to lead all scorers at this moment.
Pabin caused that turnover. Blewett got the grab.
With it on the right side is Moore for a 3. It's off the mark. Rebound down to Ginnenbacher. His putback won't fall. Rebound underneath Blewett. He'll put it up and in.
4 quick points for him.
And makes it a 9-point Camp Point Central lead. 7:02 to play in this first half. Stevens to Rigg. Out top, Tippy. You almost need Rigg to be a little more active off the dribble. Here's Stevens now for a 3, and he nails it.
10 for him. Not near as much of a gimmicky defense for Camp Point Central. Playing him pretty straight up.
Yeah, just Pabin in the backcourt and Ginnenbacher in the front court.
That's a nice shot on that 3. Rose and put her in.
Pabin left side, works it out top to Wiskirchen. Makes a single bounce of it now to Moore. Nick Moore to Ginnenbacher. To Wiskirchen, the man of the hour. Drives in, a little up under, missed the shot, and Stevens goes and grabs the board.
Yeah, got himself in trouble, a little out of balance that time. Tried to do a little too much. But when you got 11, you think you can do it all.
And there's a blocking foul going to be called in the backcourt on Drew Pabin.
Pabin will pick up the foul. That'll be his first. 13 foul. Ball out of bounds in the backcourt for Southeastern.
You don't really want to play a whole game without getting a foul anyway, do you, Jack?
No.
You could be a 5 for a reason.
You don't want to play till the last 40 seconds with only 3 fouls either. But it worked out for Illini Bluffs this time.
You also don't want to foul out with 7:03 to play in the third.
No. Or the second.
Here's Stevens. 5:55 to play in the half. His squad down 6. So all the Fry. Fry sporting the double knee braces. Left side, quick first step by Hitz. He might have got away with steps. Shot put up no good. And the rebound down to Moore. Pushes it into the front court. They get it into Ginnenbacher. He had the ball knocked away and stolen away. Hits on the run out into the front court.
Second turnover on the Panthers.
He'll slow things down.
6 against the Suns.
Fry, way out front. A lot of movement for the Southeastern's offense on this end. Rigg. Over in the corner it goes to Hitz. Here comes Stevens to the middle. They'll double him. Now on the right side, Tippy. Stevens steps out top. Puts it on the deck a couple of times. Hands to Tippy. With just a little over 5 minutes to play in the second period. Tippy on the wing. He's got a 3 to his name in this contest. Now Fry to Tippy. Looking to get it to Stevens. Stevens turns and faces. Now rises for a jump shot from the free throw line, and it's good.
At 12.
12 of his team's 15. And makes it a 4-point game again on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. For all of your diesel repair needs, call Trucks 217-922-0044. Deep in the corner right side is Moore. Out to Ginnenbacher. Pabin now left side. He'll hand it off to Wiskirchen. To Moore, top of the key. 4-8-3. It rattles in and out, no good. And Stevens with another board. Moore's shot just a little bit off right now. Not much, but just a little bit. Here's Hitz to Stevens. Ball was denied. Right back into the hands of Hitz. Out top, Rigg. Owen Rigg gets it to Fry on the right wing. Back to Rigg. 4 minutes to play in the first half. Skips it across. Hitz for a three, and the hits just keep on coming as he knocks it down and makes it 19-18, a 1-point game again. Wiskirchen drives inside, gets caught underneath, throws it out to Ginnenbacher. Blew it, rises, shoots, and can't get it to go. Stevens another board. A chance for Southeastern to take their first lead of this contest with 3 minutes 33 seconds to play in the period. Left side, Tippy. Looks down low. Nothing
Close
going.
to
Needs
five.
to take a dribble. Now gets rid of it just in the nick of time to Rigg. Rigg way out front. Gets it to Stevens against Ginnenbacher. Wants to pass it to Hitz now on the right side. Hitz looks for Tippy in the lane against Wiskirchen. Rise, shoots, and scores. Came off that little screen, and he's got 5. Makes it 20-19. The lead changed the first of the contest as Southeastern leads by a point with 3 minutes left in this first half. Ginnenbacher drives inside, puts up a shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it up on fall. But a foul called here against one of the Suns, and Ginnenbacher will shoot 2 shots.
And that'll go against Akers, I do believe. Or no, Fry.
Yeah, I think what
Fry's
you're gonna
first, team second.
what you're gonna see is that Fry kind of swats down here at the end. Right there, that's what got him.
Ginnenbacher 2:53 in the half, ties the ball game, first tie of the day.
Pike County Express is your local family-owned newspaper. They've been serving Pike County since 1991. Check them out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you.
First point for Isaac Ginnenbacher, the senior. All-Stater in football. Second one up. Lead change number 2. Made them both.
21-20. Camp Point Central up by a point now. 2:49 to play in the half. Tippy into the front court. Gets it to Akers left side. Dribble drive in to Hitz. No Stevens out there, so that changes things on the offensive side. Right side Hitz. Looks down low. There's Fry. Fry in the middle. Blocked by Ginnenbacher. Right into the hands of Pabin, who was standing out of bounds. But a big swat that time by Isaac Ginnenbacher as Fry actually had cut open here. You'll see him pop free, and then boom, out of nowhere, there's Ginnenbacher with the block.
Pabin said, how'd I end up with that ball? I was just going to mosey out here and take the ball out of bounds.
Why was I standing out of bounds? Stevens back in. What did he get, about a 10-second break there?
Yep, just enough to get his breath.
Fry sits down. They said, hey, you got your shot block, son. Go sit down for a while.
We're going to put this other kid in for you for a little bit. We think he's got a chance.
Akers to inbound, and that'll be a 5-second call.
7 turnovers now on the Suns.
And right away, Mason Fry had less of a break than anyone. He can't come in because the ball never was inbounded. So he's got to wait till the dead ball to come back in because he just subbed out. There wasn't actually any live ball action. 2:29 to play in the half, so he'll wait at the scorer's table. Moore into the front court for Camp Point Central, up by a point. Wiskirchen drives in, kicks to the wing. To Pabin, out top, Moore for 3, too hard. And Akers grabs the rebound. Stevens into the front court, full speed ahead, drives inside, rises, shoots, and scores. 2 more.
14 on the night, another lead change.
22-21 Suns. Under 2 to play in the second period. Ginnenbacher on the dribble drive. Throws it out to Wiskirchen. Wiskirchen drives down the middle. Caught in the lane. Kicks it to Moore. Left side 3. Good. You knew Moore wasn't going to just keep missing because he's too good of a shooter, and he knocks down his first 3-pointer of this game to make it 24-22.
He's got 7, and the lead change to 4th.
Here's a long 2-point shot by Hitz, no good, and the rebound pulled in here by Ginnenbacher into the front court. Eiler on the way back. Ball was tipped by Stevens and stolen away by Hitz.
Third turnover on the Panthers.
Southeastern down by 2, but on the attack, 1:15 to play in this first half.
Just about at the Macomb score now between these two.
Been a competitive first half, kind of like we thought it could be. Here's Tippy, now has the ball off of his fingertips and out of bounds. He looked at his hands and said, "Why did you let me down?"
Kind of like looking at your ball bat when you strike out. How did that bat miss the ball?
Or your glove when it goes through your legs. The glove's fault.
You played with a glove? We were so poor I went barehanded.
We're under a minute to play in the first half. Pabin, left side. Out top, Eiler. Eiler looks to go off the bounce now to Moore, right wing. Moore looking in the paint, not open there. To Ginnenbacher for a 3. It rattles home. Ginnenbacher with the tray to give the Panthers a 5-point lead, 27-22 with 38 seconds to play in this first half. Akers turns and faces. Right side, Fry. Good look 3, trying to answer. It's an air ball. Tippy runs down the offensive board. To Akers, back to Tippy left side. Bounces it into Stevens. Stevens, bullet pass down to Fry, who misses the layup, and the rebound is secured by Ginnenbacher.
6 boards for him now.
Suns had an opportunity, but just could not complete at the window. And with 10 seconds to play in the half, Nick Moore on the dribble for Camp Point Central. Eiler, right side, Wiskirchen. Looks for Ginnenbacher. Left side, Pabin. 3, good! Beats the buzzer with the 3, does Pabin, as the Panthers execute their final play of the quarter. Whipped it in to the right side. Found Ginnenbacher, who kicked to the wing for Pabin, and the 3 beats the buzzer. We head to the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Central 30, Southeastern 22.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. The road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer. It truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Quincy, Illinois halftime show. It's the place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are satisfied. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them at 3431 Main Street in Quincy. The Trucks LLC scoreboard, 30-22. Camp Point Central leads Southeastern. We had 4 lead changes. We were tied at 20 before the Panthers would run a 10-2 lead and an 8-point bulge for the third time in the ball game here at halftime. Panthers have turned the ball over 3 times, Southeastern 8 times in the first half. Single fouls on Mason Fry and Aiden Akers for the Suns. Single fouls on Ginnenbacher, Pabin, and more for the Panthers. We'll look at shooting percentages, individual scoring, and more on the halftime show from Little Jess Motors in Quincy after these.
Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Western Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Western Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Western Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Western Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwesterngrain.com.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show as we take a look at some shooting percentages. And the score here is a 30-22 lead for Camp Point Central. For the Sons of Southeastern, 9 of 17, 53%. They're shooting just fine. 3 of 5 from the arc, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Those 8 turnovers are probably the bugaboo that they're running into right there. Rebounding is tied at 11 rebounds apiece. And on the offensive board, a little advantage for the Panthers with 5 there. Panthers are 10 of 23, 42%. 6 of 11 from the arc, though, 54.5%. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Individual scoring in the first half, Danny Stevens from Southeastern has 14. 5 for Griffin Tippy, and a 3 from Carter Hitz. On the other side, Briar Wiskirchen had 11 in the first quarter. That's where he finishes at halftime. 7 for Nick Moore. 4 points for Gavin Blewett off the bench. A 3 from Drew Pabin. And 5 points from Isaac Genenbacher. The Panthers with an 8-point lead, 30-22. And it'll be Camp Point Central basketball when we get ready to start the second half here in just a few moments on the Little Jess Motors halftime show on Central Illinois Sports.
Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your nutrient crop consultant today.
Camp Point Central, a 30-22 lead over the Southeastern Suns as we welcome you back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Score-wise, neither team minds the score right now, I think. Central would probably like to pick up the pace just a little bit and try to force Southeastern in a couple more turnovers. The Southeastern squad, if they take better care of it, they'll be right back in this contest. We take our final break on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Second half play-by-play next.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Welcome back to Western Hall in the third and fourth place contest of the 76th Macomb Western Holiday Boys Basketball Tournament. The Camp Point Central Panthers on top of the Southeastern Suns by a 30-22 count. Central will have the basketball to start the second half of play. Anticipating both teams to send out their original starters for the second half. Well, Briar Wiskirchen was really motoring in that first quarter. He scored 11 points. Leads the team in scoring, did not score in the second quarter, but also really didn't try to force things either. He kind of knows what his role is at this point in time. And the thing about this Central team is, man, they're pretty young a couple years ago playing with those guys. I mean, a lot of these guys played a couple years ago even as freshmen and sophomores, and everybody kind of knows what they're supposed to do at this point.
Panthers just 4 guys on the bench tonight again that are dressed out.
We're ready to go in the second half. Moore, Paben, Ginnenbacher, Wiskirchen, and Eiler for Camp Point Central. It's Rigg, Akers, Stevens, Tippy, and Fry. Here's a drive by Ginnenbacher. Puts it up and in for 2 to start the second half and give Camp Point Central a 10-point lead. 32-22 on the Trex LLC scoreboard. Double-digit lead for the first time in the contest. Rigg in the backcourt. Worked it across. Now finds Stevens. With Paven now playing him in the half court as well. I bet you they switch off once he goes to the post. Here's Fry. All right side Stevens. Had the ball kind of bounce off the one hand for a moment. And now they'll say he stepped out of bounds.
9th turnover, first in the second half. The sidelines in this gymnasium give people a little bit more trouble.
Do you think it's the deeper three-point line? They don't realize how close they are in relation to the sideline?
The bench is a little farther off the floor, too.
It seems like it is definitely a struggle for about everyone.
Go to Brophy.
Right side Moore. Yikes. What a disaster that place is. Down low, Eiler. Shot put up, no good, fouled. And he will shoot 2.
Carter Eiler will go to the free throw line looking for his first points of the night. And Rigg's going to be called for the foul, his first team foul. Nobody in any foul trouble on either side. And the senior Carter Eiler puts the first one up. It's short.
Real Mint and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport. Your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. Stop by and see Rick and Tracy Reel at Real Mint and Twine or call 217-285-5013.
Missed them both. He struggled at the free throw line in the tournament this weekend. During the week, whatever it is.
What day is it?
Friday.
Is Rusty still in the Navy? Left side with it is Tippy. For Southeastern, down by 10. 6:40 to play in the third. Way up front to Akers. And dare him to shoot it. He'll let it fly from downtown. Off the iron, no good. Tipped his own rebound, but right into the hands of Nick Moore. Moore to Paven into the front court. Dribbles to the wing, splits a double team, gets it inside to Eiler, kicks it out right side. Wiskirchen 3 is off the mark. And Rigg gets the board.
Flat-footed rebound for Owen Rigg. His mom and dad are in the house tonight.
Here's a near steal by Pavin. Stevens runs it down, however. Gives it on the left-hand side to Rigg. In the corner, Tippy. Tippy for a 2. It's no good. Akers gets an offensive board. He'll put it back up off the window. Can't fall. Rebound Tippy. He kind of kicked his own teammate on the side, and Fry now. Stevens gets it and puts it up and in for 2. Tippy came soaring in there, and he and Fry collided, and Tippy kicked him right in the stomach.
Tippy, 2.
Here's Wiskirk and blows by his man and scores on the baseline drive.
Give him 13.
Wiskirkin with another 2. And a 10-point lead again for Camp Point Central. Nice take to the hoop by Briar Wiskirkin.
When they go and they find that opening, they're all quick enough to get there.
5:30 to play in the third.
Including Carter Eiler.
On the wing is Stevens. Gets it on top, Akers. Gives it to Stevens, who had to run it down for him. It has Eiler on him. Stevens pulls up for a 3 and nothing but the bottom of the net.
19.
19 of his team's 27 to make it 34-27. 5:05 to play in the third. Eiler out front. Works it to Moore on the right wing. And Moore's got to be in the hunt for an all-tournament team bid, would you not think? Here's the ball now. Wiskirkin's pass stolen away. Stevens on the run out into the front court. It'll be knocked away. And a foul going to be called by the trailing official.
Was he far enough back to call that foul?
Eiler going to be whistled for this one. His first, team first.
But if you see it, you call it. 4:46 left third quarter, 34-27. Panthers with a 7-point lead.
Inbounds pass comes into Stevens. Gets it down low. Tippy up and foul on the floor.
Not on Pabin. Yep, Pabin's going to pick it up. It'll be his second. Second team foul.
Inbounds pass comes into Stevens, but it's knocked away and swiped away by the Panthers. Wiskirkin gets it to Pabin. Pabin off the window. Left hand up and good.
Used his body to protect it. He's got 5.
And the lead back to 9, 36-27, 4:30 to play in the third. Stevens in the backcourt. Throws it across to Rigg. Rigg with a ball fake, 1 dribble. Now left side Tippy.
These two play next Wednesday, you say again?
That's what I've heard. At Southeastern.
You and Shu ought to go.
4:12 to play in this third period.
You need something else to do.
Yeah, let me check my calendar here. And now ball knocked out of bounds by Pabin. It will remain Southeastern basketball. They'll give Tippy an opportunity to tie the shoe and get Blewett to check in for Camp Point Central. He'll set Eiler down. And on the inbounds play, Pavin going to be called for a foul.
His third, team third in the second half. And here goes Lohmeyer into the game. We haven't seen Caden since the first game.
We haven't seen Lohmeyer at all in this tournament, have we?
First game he played quite a bit, actually.
Oh, against Lewiston, yeah. That's true. Stevens on a little crossover. Drives, spins, shoots, and can't get it to go. Wiskirkin with the rebound. And he double dribbled. Had the ball kind of just stick to the one hand and picked it up, tried to put it back down, and didn't fool the old referee that time, did he?
2 in the second half, 5 in the ball game on turnovers for the Panthers after Wiskirkin got his second rebound.
Fry returns. Akers sits down for Southeastern.
36-27. Panthers with a 9-point lead. Suns on the attack.
Stevens out near the half-court line. He's got 19 points in the contest. Here's Tippy on a drive in. Up and under. No good. Stevens with a putback at the rim.
Close to the slam.
He's got 21, and it makes it 36-29. On the Trucks LLC scoreboard, still 3:30 to play in this third period. Ginnenbacher out top to Wiskirkin. Kicks it on the wing. Moore gets by his man. In the corner, Lohmeyer. Good ball movement by the Panthers all the way around to Blewett. He'll turn down the 3. Now to Wiskirkin. Fakes and drives. Goes to the rim and scores.
Having a game. He's got 15.
2 more for Wiskirkin. And he answers the Suns basket with a basket of his own.
Lohmeyer jumped up to try to get the ball away from Stevens, and he just kind of went, could you back off just a little bit?
Lohmeyer kind of like his annoying younger sibling on that or something, right? Like, hey, hey, little fella.
Your girlfriend's brother. That's what I look at it.
Stevens out front. And here it's going to be a foul call. This Ginnenbacher, I think, the guilty party, as he kind of ran through the screener.
I almost thought that Stevens got Fry there for a minute. Ginnenbacher's second, team fourth. Looked like Stevens just kind of ran over his own man.
Ball out underneath as Rigg will inbound. Looking, tried the back door. There's Tippy. Just needed to go up with it. Pulls it back out to Fry. Hits it to Stevens. Turnaround, fadeaway jump shot, no good. And Ginnenbacher grabs the board for the Panthers.
He's got 7.
Ginnenbacher into the front court, finds Blewett. Out top, Ginnenbacher, 2:19 to play in the third. Leaves it to Wiskirchen. Now Blewett. Dribble drive in to Ginnenbacher for a 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Isaac Ginnenbacher.
Doubled figures for him.
And the largest lead of the contest is 12-point lead for Camp Point Central. 2 minutes to play in the third. The other side, 3 on the way, and good by Carter Hitz. His second 3.
Yep.
Answers the 3 with one of his own. Lohmeyer on the bounce. Out to Blewett. Threw a pass, and nobody was home that time. Out of bounds. Turnover on the Panthers. Jesse Johnson will check in for Southeastern. He will replace Griffin Tippy.
I like what Brett Efkes has done, though. He's built this bench a little bit more, and he can put more guys in the game. They're not going to score tons of points, but I'll tell you, we get a kid like Tippy and Carter Hitz putting some points in. They're helping things.
Stevens into the front court, leaves it to Hitz on the right side, turns down the 3. From man, now to Stevens underneath, spins past the man, kicks to the corner, and Johnson. Out top, Rigg. Rigg has it swiped away, ball loose, body's on the floor after it. It is tied up. It'll be Southeastern basketball on the alternating possession arrow. 1:22 to play in this third period.
Haven't had many jump balls in this game.
Nothing like the last game when Hank Galvey and Pabin went after it, trying to get that jump ball freed. Here's a turnaround shot. Stevens too hard. Rebound to Ginnenbacher. He'll be fouled by Johnson.
Johnson picks up the foul, his first, team second. Ginnenbacher picks up his 8th board of the day. He's got 10 points, and it'll be ball out of bounds for the old gold and white Panthers.
This is the third and fourth place game. The championship game is Eureka and Illini Bluffs. We won't be here for that one, but I understand the folks at Clutch Sports Media will have it. You can check out how to subscribe with the $9.99 subscription on the HolidayBasketball.com site.
Don't buy the $24.99 one right now, though.
That was for the whole tournament. I wouldn't do it for one game, but you can do you. Here's Wiskirchen. He'll throw the bounce pass to Moore. 49 seconds to play in the third. Moore gives it to Ginnenbacher. Guarded hard by Stevens. To Lohmeyer. He'll drive in. Blocked out of there by Stevens. Down.
Lohmeyer knows this is a different game now, doesn't he?
Yeah, that Lohmeyer says, I think I can drive the middle, and look out. There he goes.
Who was that?
37.6 seconds to play in the period. Ball to Blewett. On the right side, Moore. Panthers probably content with holding for a final shot, up 9, and they have the arrow to start the fourth. And it looks like Southeastern kind of content to let them just dribble out there for right now. This is the time you start yelling about the shot clock.
Yeah.
Here's Wiskirchen to Lohmeyer. Lohmeyer still on the bounce with 10 seconds. Ball tipped, nearly taken away. Moore goes and runs it down. Now he has it knocked away. Gets it back again to Blewett on the baseline. It's an air ball. Rebound Stevens. Stevens a couple of dribbles into the front court. He's going to try to go to the rim. Does not get it off in time. It went in, but not in time. And after 3 quarters, it's a 41-32 lead for Camp Point Central on top of the Southeastern Suns. Fourth quarter play-by-play your way after this.
Here at Mountain Dew, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's the rack on your car and the hitch on the back of your truck. There's your garage full of toys, from dirt bikes to wakeboards. And there's your cooler full of Mountain Dew. Always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out there, climb into your deer stand or your fishing boat, a cooler of ice-cold Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your spinning rod or your four-wheeler. Mountain Dew. Get out and do.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
Back and ready for the fourth quarter as the third quarter ended. I'm going to say that with like a question mark. Ended. They call the foul on Nick Moore. I'm not really sure when or where it happened. Never heard a whistle, but they announced it in between quarters. So
that was weird. Moore's second, team fifth. Panthers with the basketball. They're 15-31, 7-13, and 2 of 4. 13 of 27 are the Suns, 5 of 8 from the arc, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. That was weird.
Very odd, I think. How many team fouls was that for?
5.
5 and 2 the other way, right?
2, yep.
Okay. Camp Point Central basketball up by 9 in this final quarter.
Southeastern trying to kind of trap them out front now.
Central's kind of spreading the floor a bit here. 3-guard weave, but way out front. Moore now is fouled by Rigg.
His second, team third.
Ball out of bounds on the sideline right in front of the scorer's table here at Leroy Aefka's court. Did you figure out if Leroy Aefka's was any relation to Brett Ufkus?
Distant cousin, I think.
You just made that up.
Well, same last name.
Good call. Eiler gives it out front to Wiskirchen.
Common spelling.
Wiskirchen down low. Eiler kicks it right side. Ginnenbacher turned down the 3 to Moore, who will fire away. It's short, and Tippy gets the rebound for the Suns. To Rigg, who takes it across the half-court line. 7 minutes to play in this one. Suns down 9. Jesse Johnson to Rigg. Rigg throws a pass. Ooh, how did Papen not get that? Now a pull-up 3 by Stevens, and it's good.
24.
Another 3 for the big guy. 27, I think, was the high point total so far in the tournament. By a single play.
Yeah, they tried to make it 32, but 27.
Here's Ginnenbacher. Good find to Eiler. Shot blocked by Stevens. Out front, run down by Wiskirchen. Gets it to Moore left side. He thought about the 3. Now dribble drive in. Little lean back shot won't go. Rebound tip. Comes down to Ginnenbacher. Misses the putback, and Akers gets the rebound. 6 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the contest. Suns have cut it to a 6-point game and are on the attack here. Johnson with the basketball. Way out front to Rigg. Looks for the play call. Left side, Stevens. 3, too hard. Rebound over the back was Aiden Akers.
Akers was boxed out. Picks up his second. Team foul number 4. He could have stuck that 3. We'd had a 3-point game.
5:52 left. Paben off of the screen from Ginnenbacher. Central's offense hasn't been real aggressive here in the last bit, has it?
No.
They've kind of settled for some 3s. I understand you're deterred to go inside a little bit when you get your shot blocked by Stevens, but you got to keep trying to get to the rim. You can't just settle for that outside shot. Here's Ginnenbacher to Moore. Moore gets caught in the air to Wiskirchen left side. Wiskirchen dribble drive, finds Ginnenbacher for a 3. No good. And Akers with a rebound. He does a nice job hitting the boards hard.
Yes, he does.
Gets the ball to Stevens. 5:09 left. Stevens across to Rigg.
Panthers have had that lull in about every game.
Tippy works down low to Stevens. Stevens out of a double team, finds Johnson. Jump stop and a shot. He gets it to go. Jesse Johnson with his first 2. And cuts it to 4. 41-37 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Wiskirchen on the right side. Kicks to Paben in the corner 3. Good.
Big shot. He's got 8.
Guess you can settle for threes if you're going to make them. And Pabin makes that one. Extend the lead back out to 7, 4:30 left. Akers to Stevens. Right side, Johnson. They give it back to Stevens as Brett Ufkus shouts out some instructions from the sideline. Now Rigg. To Stevens.
Panthers haven't got many steals out front on that point of the defense.
Johnson, free throw line Akers, shovels it off to Stevens. Had to gather it as the pass was a little low. Guarded by Moore. Now dishes it left side. Tippy, top of the key, Akers. Looks in the post. Back to Tippy. Tippy, had him for a moment. To Akers, top of the key. They'll get it to Stevens. Left side, deep 3, good. Stevens from downtown.
27.
44-40. 3:40 to play. Ginnenbacher with the basketball. 2 more. Out top, Ginnenbacher. You got to try to get this ball to the rim. Ginnenbacher now tripped up and a foul call.
It's going to go against Rigg. It'll be his 3rd. 15 foul.
Here comes Mason Fry back into the game. He will sit down Jesse Johnson.
Johnson had a bucket on the good find by Stevens. Stevens got good court awareness.
He's a smart player.
Yeah, he is.
Inbounds comes to Moore in the corner.
We'll have him a bunch more at the Hancock County tournament.
Yep, that's the week of the 9th. It's the 9th, 11th, and 13th. Here's a nice little reverse layup by Ginnenbacher. He'll put it in for 2 more.
12 for him.
46-40. Panthers a 6-point lead. Suns the basketball. Just a little over 3 minutes to play in this 3rd and 4th place contest. Stevens on the right wing. Drives on the baseline. Gets a little space. Step back shot no good. Rebound Eiler. Off to Moore. Wants to push into the front court. Moore still on the dribble. Left wing Pabin. Pabin will leave it for Wiskirchen. Fakes the deep 3. Now steps back for a wide open look and banks it in. The bank is open late tonight, says Bryant Wiskirchen. And it makes it 49-40. A whistle and a timeout going to be called here for Southeastern. Like we said, hey, just settle for those threes, especially if you can just kiss it off the glass for 3.
Seed selection is one of the important decisions required to achieve yield goals. Logan Agri-Service represents top seed lines in the industry like Lewis Hybrids, Stein Seed, and AgriGold, and focuses on products developed to meet or exceed our customers' expectations. Sit down with one of our experienced local seed experts who will work with you to help select top-producing corn hybrids and soybean varieties tailored for your specific soils and fertility levels. Or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
2 minutes, 46 seconds left, 49-40, the Central lead, following the banked-in three-point shot by Briar Wiskirchen.
He's got 18 points.
Having a big game here. 11 came in the first quarter.
Yep.
3 came on that bank shot. And I don't really remember where the other 4 came, but you get it. 2:38 left. Stevens hands it off to Fry. Out top, Owen Rigg. On the left wing, Tippy gets it to Stevens. Stevens, right side, Fry. Passes it up top, back to Stevens in the paint. Ball stolen away by Eiler. Eiler, good quickness with the hands that time to deny the pass as Stevens was trying to get it to the man on the opposite side. Wiskirchen, Pabin, left side, 3, no good. Rebound is secured here by Hitz. Panthers' shot selection has not been great in this second half.
Yeah, that was not a good idea.
They've hit some, but they've not necessarily been the shots you're really looking for. 2 minutes to play. Stevens, pull up 3, good.
30.
What are you going to do? You just stop and let it fly. 30 of the team's 43, 147 left. Central looks like they're going to try to spread the floor and stall some here with the 6-point lead. And the basketball with just a little over 1:30 to play in the contest. Wiskirchen.
13 points, non-Danny Stevens. We asked for 15 on the night.
He said that'd give him a shot. They are within 6.
Yeah.
Here's a foul now as Pabin is tripped up. It'll be the 6th foul on Southeastern.
Tippy. Yep. 16 foul, ball out of bounds. 1-1 the rest of the way. Only 1:24 left.
And James Barnett wants the timeout now. He'll be assessed that timeout, his first of the contest. We pause as well, 1:24 to play. 49-43. Camp Point Central leads Southeastern.
Farmers, are you looking for high-yield genetics to help the bottom line on your farm? Contact Lipcom Seed Sales for high-yielding A-Series soybeans from Pioneer. We have the luxury right now to be offering the highest-yielding soybean lineup Pioneer has offered in 30 years. Couple that with a service that is second to none, and you have a winning combination for your farm. For corn, check out the results of the National Corn Growers Yield Contact and see who's at the top. Maybe today is a good day to revisit Pioneer corn hybrids as well. Contact Aaron, Evan, and Brett today for high-yielding A-Series soybeans from Pioneer. Go Eagles! Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in the tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
49-43, Panthers with the basketball and a 1:24 left on the clock.
James Barnett called the timeout. Panthers have it, and Southeastern thought they'd get up and be a little more aggressive here. Down 6 with 1:14 to play. Now they come out and guard. Get Ginnenbacher in the lane. Lost it on the way in, but ran it down. To Wiskirchen, left side Moore. Panthers trying to play a little keep-away game now with 1:04 left. Out near the half-court line, Wiskirchen. Into Ginnenbacher, had to go between his hands, and it's stolen away. Turnover on Central with 55 seconds left. Here comes Stevens into the front court, and Brett Ufkes calls the timeout. So timeout by Southeastern. That's their third of the game. 2 timeouts remaining. 49-43 is the lead for Camp Point Central on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Trucks looking forward to serving the entire area with all of your diesel repair needs. They have mobile service units only at this time as they finish up their new building in the industrial park in Pittsfield. Call Trucks for your diesel repair needs, 217-922-0044. And be sure to like Trucks on Facebook. That's TRUX Trucks.
Three-pointer here could make it a 3-point game, and then you foul some people. Panthers have not been great from the free throw line during the tournament.
Ball out of bounds to Southeastern. Rigg will inbound. Gets it into Stevens. 50 seconds left. Stevens against Pavin. Spins. Going to try to get turned around here. Now a double team comes at him. In the corner to Fry for a 3. No good. Weak side rebound. Tippy had it, but hit it out of his own hands.
Yep.
Own man's hands there, yeah. Out of bounds, length of the court to go for the Panthers. 39.4 seconds left, up by 6. Inbounds to Wiskirchen. Don't you, if you're Southeastern, don't you need a foul right now?
You betcha.
What are they doing? Not fouling. 30 seconds left. Down 6. I don't know. Moore with it right side. 20 seconds left. Maybe they're not going to. Now they're going to foul with 19.4 seconds left. 14 seconds came off the
Waiting
clock.
to get it in the right man's hands, I guess. Pabin will go to the free throw line. 1-1, 2 for 4 on the day are the Panthers. First time Pabin's been there. 19.4 seconds left. He can make it a 3-possession ball game with this free throw. Drew Pabin, the junior. Free throw up, good. He's got 9. He could be the third man in double figures here. 50-43. Second one up, and it's also good.
51-43, 19 seconds left. Stevens brings it toward the front court. Looks for an opening. Trying to split the double team. Ball knocked loose. Run down. Left side with it is Tippy. Gets it back to Stevens. Ball knocked around. Tippy going to force a 3. It's an air ball. Ginenbacher with the board, and Central will just hold this one out. They're going to win this one 51-43 over the Southeastern Suns. Suns have their second loss of the day and the season. They fall to 14-2. Central has won 10 games now as they're 10-3 on the season. We take you to the Illini Community Hospital post-game show where we'll have final stats. We'll name our player of the game, and we'll wrap up our portion of the coverage of this Macomb Holiday Tournament next on Central Illinois Sports.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044. Helena Agra of Camp Point, Illinois is a proud sponsor of the broadcast of Camp Point Central football. For all your seed, fertilizer, and ag chemical needs, the experts at Helena Agra, Brian Obert, Dustin Roskamp, are the guys to call. Let them show you the best seed, fertilizer, and ag chemicals to make your farming operation a success. Call 217-593-7761. That's 217-593-7761 for Helena Agra. Helena Agra says, go Panthers!
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect. If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
51-43, the third place trophy goes the way of Camp Point Central over Southeastern here on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. Illini Community Hospital has been serving the community since 1942 with excellent health care, from primary and specialty care to emergency medicine. Illini here to serve you and your family. Learn more about their services at IlliniHospital.org. Well, the third and fourth place game goes the way of the Panthers. They turned it over 7 times, 4 in the second half. Shot 16 of 39, 41%, 9 of 18 from the arc, 50%, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Southeastern was 17 of 35, 48%, 8 of 13 from the arc, 61%. 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Southeastern would turn the ball over 11 times, only 3 in the second half. Danny Stevens, game high 30 points on the night to go with 6 boards also. Jesse Johnson had a 2 off the bench, 6 points for Carter Hitz on a couple of threes, and Griffin Tippy added 5 points. For the Panthers of Camp Point Central, Briar Wiskirchen had his best game of the tournament, 18 points, 11 in the first quarter, 7 for Nick Moore, 4 points for Gavin Blewett. Joining Wiskirchen in double figures was Isaac Ginenbacher with 12 and 10 rebounds, a double-double for him. And Drew Pabin had 10 points on the contest. Gavin Blewett added 4 for the Panthers.
Time to name our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones financial advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, who are Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And how about the game here by Wiskirchen? Leads his squad with 18 points, leads them to the third place trophy of the 76th annual Macomb Western Holiday Boys Basketball Tournament. And a good win to finish off this 20 2022 portion of the basketball season for Camp Point Central. For Southeastern, they'll be back in action soon enough. In fact, and Camp Point Central are going to match up again next Wednesday. Should be a fun one as well. I believe that game is scheduled to be played in Augusta. You should go check it out if you're around. That's going to do it for our coverage here at the Macomb Western Holiday Boys Basketball Tournament. For Jack and John, along with Tim Hull, I'm Charlie Hull, thanking you for joining us for coverage throughout the week on Central